Well, we're at the noon meeting for the Kiwanis Club here in Enid, Oklahoma, and we happen to be in the remodeled Enid Convention Center. And the special guest or the special speaker today is the Superintendent of Education, Janet Barresi. Superintendent, welcome to Enid. Thank you for presenting to us today. Our first question to you right off the bat, you mentioned you try to go to at least one school district every week.
Yeah.
What can you achieve when you get away from that and then you come to a service club like Kiwanis and speak to 25, 30 people? What's your
I achieve
intent?
a lot. It is very important, I think. Instead of myself sitting at my desk and reading reports, there's nothing like getting out and getting in the community, hearing people in the community, being in the circumstances and where they live and work, and understanding those communities better, because I get a lot of background reports on how the communities are doing. And so I get a great context and an ability to do, and it really convicts me when I go back to the department. It has affected policy and the way we develop policy, and so it really keeps us in touch with, I call those teachers our boots on the ground, that front line.
Sure. Well, I know the Kiwanis really enjoyed you complimenting Enid Public Schools today, but my question to you is, since you've been in office, what would be your significant achievement? Maybe there's a laundry list, but can you give us one right off the bat that comes to mind of an achievement?
Well, the achievement really lies in the hands of the teachers and the tremendous growth that they've had in their capacity to understand kids, understand a child's individual needs, and their increased capacity to deliver appropriate instruction to those kids. They're the ones that are really need the kudos and the pats on the back. And it has just been an incredible honor to be a part of that and doing what we can to support districts.
I am sure that being superintendent of education is not all glamorous. There may be some challenges. What is that number one challenge?
You know, I always say this is the hardest fun I've ever had.
Makes sense.
It is daily a challenge, but oh my goodness, to be able to serve my state and the citizens of the state is really the most incredible blessing and honor I've ever had. The challenge is this, and I will be very, very frank. This state still has low expectations for what children can do. When you look at the challenges and the possibilities, you look at the incredible resources in this state and the opportunities in this state. It's very hard for me, and I swallow hard, when someone looks at me and said, these kids are poor, you can't expect them to learn at that level. And I absolutely know they can. And every day I recommit myself to make sure that every child in the state has the best opportunity they can.
Along those lines, my final question, Superintendent of Education today here at Kiwanis, is I've moved into the ranks from parent to grandparent. I have a 5-year-old grandson, very proud of. What can parents and grandparents do here in the state of Oklahoma in regard to education, maybe to help the cause? What's the word of encouragement?
Absolutely. You know, education starts at home. The parent is the most important and the first educator of a child. And so from the time they're newborn up until it's time for them to go to school, one of the most important things is actually talking to your child, letting them hear English and letting them hear build their vocabulary by the way you interact with them. Give them a lot of experiences. It doesn't mean you have to go to a museum every day. It can just mean you can talk about what you're doing while you're riding in the car, so they understand that. Read to these children and let them see how valuable books are to you. And then when they're old enough, listen to them read. Value education. Let them know you have high expectations for them and they can achieve everything that they dream.
Superintendent of Education, Janet Barresi, is our guest today. Thank you very much, and
My pleasure.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.